Welcome to the Youth Ministry Podcast. We are here. My name is... Wait.
Karston.
We already did names. My name is Karston. This is
my
Jared.
name's still Jared. But we still have a special guest.
Yes, with the most insane, unique, startling name.
Yes.
I've ever
Legend.
heard.
Yes.
Legend.
DYM Legend. We just
Yes.
passed. I don't know when this will be aired, if it will be aired. But May the 4th just passed.
It's like his
and
birthday,
so
basically.
It pretty much is, because it's his DYM birthday, because he makes buco bucks. Because every game I played this weekend was made by this man.
Nice.
No way, really?
Nice.
Absolutely.
Which
yes.
one did you play?
Well, Josh gave me a free one, the Speed Racer one, which kind of sucked because the first Speed Racer, everyone blows up. And I'm like, bro, that's
That wasn't my
tragic.
game, to be fair.
But it's
That's not mine.
okay.
Not
it's
mine.
the trivia one where it's like it goes green, yellow, red, and it gets harder.
Yes.
So that's a really
Nice.
good one.
I love that game so much.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
tell us your name.
My name is Blarg.
Blarg.
Brandon Smart is
Dang.
what my mother calls me.
The
but,
government name.
Your mom actually calls you Brandon. She doesn't call you Blarg.
No, my family's actually forbidden from calling me Blarg.
Fascinating.
Like they only do it if they're trying to make fun of me. But
Nice.
Yeah.
most people know me as Blarg. Those who respect me call
Yeah.
me Master Blarg.
Yes.
It's on
Right.
It's on my staff badge
Right,
at
Master,
Mariners.
Emperor,
It's true.
Emperor
Yeah.
Blarg.
Yeah.
Emperor
That's
Blarg.
legit.
Emperor.
Yeah.
I'll take
that's
it.
on the dark side. I think Master is less. That's more in the light.
It depends on the
You're
day.
right.
Depends on the day.
Yeah.
Okay, well, before we get in, we're going to be talking about student ministry, production, worship, all the things, how to build teams and all of that. But you got to tell us one crazy thing about you outside of your name, obviously.
I mean, yeah, because Blarg, what's crazier than Blarg?
Right.
I have been on staff at a church down in Southern California called Mariners for about 3.5 years, and I got that job offer via Xbox.
Wow. Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, it's a real story. I had years before ever hearing about Mariners, became friends with somebody named Josh Griffin on Xbox.
Okay.
We became friends and never played with each other.
Yeah.
Ever.
Wait.
But you guys
Did you
met
know him
through-
beforehand?
No, like it was. I
What
knew
in
of
the
him,
world?
but
Yeah.
like I just didn't really know him. So like but where it was like, oh, like he plays this game that I play.
Nice.
So like we became friends, but then we never played. And then years later, I was at a place where I was looking for a job, and my buddies all invited Josh to come play with us. And we're like, hey, Josh, if you know of any youth pastor positions, Blarg's looking for a job. And he's like, oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And sure enough, one day he gives me an Xbox message on my phone saying, hey, do you know how to do tech? Because I have a job for you.
What?
There you go.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And now you guys
that's
are like
me.
two Star Wars nerds and a X-wing. You know what I mean? Like
true.
you guys are
Yeah,
just
good one.
Yeah, I was trying to think of
That's
something.
good.
I'm not that big.
That's
of a
really
Star Wars
good.
fan.
He's the front, Josh is the back or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
That's great.
he's my R2 unit. Is
There
how
you-
that works.
Oh,
There
yeah.
we go.
okay.
I love
Fair
that.
enough. Cool.
Because I've seen you guys visit Disneyland many of times.
Oh,
now.
so good.
You guys were just there for Star Wars night.
It was amazing. It was
Yes.
so good. It was
Dang.
the coolest thing ever. It was just a bunch of nerds walking around,
Did you
going
dress
on.
up?
I had a Han Solo jacket and like a good Star Wars T-shirt, but I
Nice.
didn't go full.
Nothing crazy.
I didn't go full send
All right.
into this.
Respect,
yeah,
respect.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's cool.
Josh, I saw was wearing shorts. He only wears shorts, right?
Only.
Have
Have you
Only.
seen this man's calves? I know you weren't here this weekend, but he was
No.
just at Thrive Conference. He was on the podcast. I don't know if this is last time, but he has monster calves.
He has the
bro.
best calves in the business. Honestly,
I mean, he could
Does
be a
he-
calf model.
Does he work him out intentionally?
I don't know.
I don't.
if
I
it's
think he's just
genetics.
built that. He plays a lot of pickleball.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think he's just built that
You got
way.
to move around with
Yeah.
pickleball. That's a
Yeah.
lot of calf
Yeah,
work.
he's okay, but
For sure.
we're.
Well, hey, to get down to business, we're talking about worship and production, and why it's important in our student ministries. Because we just planted a church. We talked about this on the podcast a little bit. We just planted one of our Auburn campuses, and we literally started out in an attic with a guitar, trying to play through these really crappy speakers.
yeah.
And I've learned now, being in a building, how much of a big difference good production and good sound makes. So Tell us a little bit about what you do, and then we have a couple questions for you.
Yeah, my role at Mariners is I'm the youth production technician. So my entire job is to do tech and programming for our youth ministries, both junior high and high school at Mariners Church down in Irvine, and it's incredible. So I build volunteer teams and like train them up on how to do production well, and all the while get to help just shape what our services look like, which is an absolute joy.
That's awesome. Yeah. So go ahead.
And I was gonna say, like, what I've loved from seeing Blarg from a long, so I've known Blarg since he was in college.
Yeah.
Because he was just a few years behind me.
We go way back
at the old Simpson U. And
old.
what's cool to see is not just like that you utilize your giftings, your Star Wars pastor, all those things, but I love that you're still a youth pastor. And I think too, as if you're watching this and you're a youth pastor, whoever the volunteer or person is that you want to equip to, hey, kind of own this, it needs to be a pastoral heart. And I think you do that so well. And what I would love to ask you is like, why do you think that should be the position of seeing this as a pastor role and not just like a tech to produce a program?
Yeah, I mean, because the reason that's so important is because ultimately the mission of the church is to develop disciples. It's to help develop disciples and help people to follow Jesus and change the world. That's our job. Our job is not to create a really good product. It's to produce really great disciples. So like really coming at it from the heart of wanting to pastor them and to help them to like follow after Jesus faithfully while developing skills that are going to help to increase the spread of the gospel is really, really important, because like I learned when I was in high school that like when people serve, they stick. Where I like all the people who had brought me on to serve at the church that I grew up in are long gone, but I'm still like they're not dead, but they've moved on. They're in different churches, different states, whatever. But I still have such a deep attachment to that church and just to the church in general, because I had worship and production staff people who really believed in me and wanted to see me grow in my love for Jesus and my love for serving other people. So when people serve, they stick, and we want to be able to foster that above all else.
Yeah. Well, going into that, I mean, we want to talk about how to keep this all a high bar. But before we talk about that, how would you equip a student? They say, I'm interested in helping out with production or worship. How do you start, and then how do you get them along onto like the serving plat and then also sticking with it?
Yeah, I think that the way that I pitch production to students is, if you can press a single button, you can learn how to do production. Nice. It is like that is the floor to entry is very, very low on that end, and it really does like disarm students, because like when you're putting on like a really amazing production experience, like it's like, whoa, this is intimidating, like this is scary, and so like being able to disarm that and going like, hey, like you don't need to be an expert at anything. All you need to know is how to press a button and pay attention. If you can do those two things like even mildly well, we can get you started.
True.
And then from that, like I kind of practice this this philosophy of issuing students a full measure of challenge but a double measure of grace, where like I'm going to like teach students as if they were adults on like how to do the thing, but also recognize that they are students and they need extra guidance and they need extra love. So when they fall short, which we all do, but students like are more prone to do so at the beginning, we give them extra love. We give them extra grace. Never make them feel like, oh, you messed up, like you're terrible. It's like, hey, like it's okay. Here we go. We're going to push you forward. Because if we believe that they can do the thing, if we believe that they can be really amazing sound people or really amazing lighting people, then they'll start to believe it too. And then they'll start to become it.
That makes
sense. That's
now,
cool,
I have a couple of students that probably are, I would say, on our more obnoxious end. We love them with our whole heart, but they're literally the loudest students of all time. They're the ones that are talking and making jokes during the sermon. For whatever reason, when they're back there doing worship slides or they're back there doing lights or whatever it is, they are the most committed volunteers we've ever had.
That's
so
great.
100%.
One of our interns had the idea of putting them back there, and they've been more committed to youth group ever, because they're in a position. It was like they're like the sports guys, but they're back there doing slides and doing all this. It's pretty cool. So
it's amazing when they serve, they stick, and it does make a humongous difference in their lives and in the lives of the church.
And I think what's so good too is like a lot of times when we see the church, you see the upfront service aspects, right? But there's so much more to it than just that. And what I love about like production, worship, tech, whatever you want to call it, is especially as student ministries. If you're a larger church like ours, you know, like you have cameras, right? You have soundboard. You have the guy doing the slides or gal doing the slides. You have there's probably like 8 areas in tech that they could serve, and there's probably a few other areas in worship they could serve.
Sure. And
so it's like, don't limit where they can serve, and make sure that you sell the importance of what they're doing too, the why of what it is. Because they're more. I mean, yes, the bar is low. Hey, you are pushing buttons, right? And I do agree. If you can push buttons, you can run tech, but that's not like the level of importance, because you pushing that button is helping lead people in worship.
Totally.
100%.
You know what I mean? You pushing that button is helping like create that engagement moment during the sermon, or, you know, like, or like adjusting the sound or whatever. There's still a level of the hands and feet of the church that I think is so good. And like what I said, like you said, Blarg, is so good, is when you serve, when you stick, because I bet most of your students, they move to high school and then they move to adult ministry serving. Like, have you guys seen that?
Yeah. I mean, 100. I mean, that's kind of the way that we've modeled our high school ministry is really unique in that, like on the weekends, we don't have high school services. So like we do 5 junior high services every single weekend. But once they graduate from 8th grade, it's like, well, there's not a specific, like just a high school group, because we want you to be connected with the larger church. Now we still have like Wednesday night programming, but that's more focused on life groups and like gathering together with your peers. But we want students to go from being members of Mariners Youth Ministry to being members of Mariners Church, where they're connected to the church as a whole. So I've already, as we're coming close to our move up time, because we move up our students at the beginning of summer. So only a few weeks away. Like, we've already been in conversation with our production staff saying, hey, we want to schedule a time for our 8th graders to come and check you out and to see what it's like. We want to give you all their contact information ahead of time. They're already in planning center. We've been teaching them how to do things the way that you do them. So like, we want to set them up really well. And then once they graduate from 8th grade, we say, you're going to take a pause from serving in junior high for a while, so that you can get connected with the larger church body.
And that's huge. I know this year it was really cool. So Easter service here at Bayside, the light guys are 2 former students of ours that started in student ministries, and it's cool to see. Like, they drive me nuts with their lights, I'm gonna be honest. Sam's Cam.
Oh my gosh,
I love you guys.
They're so good.
But like, I hate lights in my eyes. I'm also like, just sit down and sing a hymn, but that's just me. Like, whatever, you know. Like, you'll see me in worship and I'll be standing or I would be sitting thinking, just reading the words. But they crushed it. Like, the lights were great, and it's so cool that they started in middle school. Sam, especially Sam Dyer, he built into the boys that currently run our team right now.
That's nice.
And so it's like, it then, because if you train them well, and it's more of a pastoral heart of equipping and like actually gifting them this and owning it. Like, I don't know production that well, but I know how to do enough to get them started. And then if they have a little bit of headway, man, the ball just starts rolling. And then what I love to do is come along and just give them pastor moments where it's like, hey, you're in 8th grade. Who's the next kid taking over for you? Who's the next sound guy? Who's the next light guy? Who's the next whatever it may be? And really just gifting the ministry to kind of them and their ownership.
Good. And it's super helpful. Like, I've been blessed for the last 4 years that I've had a high school girl, she's now a senior, who like has been able to be that person in both my junior high and my high school ministry, where we talked this week about what's it going to look like in high school when she's no longer with us there. And like finding the right people, and her already going, this junior high, this 8th grader is going to be amazing. This 8th grader is going to be amazing. These are the people that you need to raise up. And we go, yes, we're going to, like, you're right, let's do that.
And it's completely worship too. One of my most vivid memories from a summer camp, and it's written in the back of my Bible, is watching our production guy Julian as he has one hand in the air and the other hand right here on the sliders, and he's just worshiping as everybody else. It's like completely a form of worship. And so some students will see that and be like, this is the most real worship I've ever had, because I got back here pushing buttons and sliding dials.
Our staff is amazing. They take those photos whenever they see that happening, and they send them to me, and they're awesome. So treasured. Like, it's so such a joy.
If you follow our guest last week, there we go, Josh Griffin, there won't be a weekend that he's at Mariners that goes by that he doesn't post a photo of a production kid. And I love that. You know what I mean? It's just like creating the small moments to really glorify like the hands and feet of your ministry, and I think
cool.
that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, because we don't want our staff people, our pastors, to be the people who are like hyper elevated, because like we don't want to create a celebrity culture in here, but we want to raise up other people and be able to point like, hey, we want the spotlight to be on Jesus ultimately, but then like the little spotlights to be on people and to the students who are there. This is your church.
Totally. So with all of that, you know, equipping students and you know, empowering them to do all that, how do we then pull them all together and build a team, maybe from the ground up?
Yeah, from the ground up. See, like I don't know if you've ever done like a working genius like assessment. In terms of that, it's like what is life giving and what isn't. One of those like types of skills is enablement. That is a frustration of mine. Like like making sure that I'm finding the right people to be in the right spot is like really, really difficult. It drains me to be saying that like, oh, your team's amazing, you must be an amazing enabler. I'm not, because I'm like, I just want to do it. I can do it better, so I'm going to do it best.
Tenacity.
But like it's making sure that you're having a visibility for your team. If students do not know that there is a space that they can serve, then they will not step forward saying they want to. So I get to, because of how my team has been set up, I get to host in our junior high services like once every month or two. And every time I'm on stage, I'm always introducing myself as, hey, my name is Blarg, also known as Brandon. I oversee our tech team in the back of the room. Best place to serve. Come talk to me after the service. And the amount of people who just come to me saying, I'm interested in getting plugged in is amazing. So we want to get them plugged in really, really quickly and effectively through all of that. We give them tools, like there's a website called MXU. I think it's a subscription basis, but like I use that as a tool, being like, hey, like it's pretty high level, but this is a like training website so that you can learn how to do production from people who are smarter than me, because I'm just kind of pretending to be a youth a tech person.
You know they're from you know they're from here.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
That's how I thought you were saying it.
That's so crazy. No, I had no idea. That's amazing. That's so great. But dude, what a small world.
MXU's dope.
It's rad. So like, and we use it for our trainings all the time.
That's
so
awesome.
And they know what they're doing, man.
They do. They really do. But yeah, so like just getting them equipped and then giving them as many rotations as possible. As much repetition as they can. If they want to be here every single week, let's have them be here as much as possible.
Absolutely. And so and this is like what I love is what you're saying. Like we have lingos for it as well. I like to say like have as many on ramps as possible. Right. There's never a person in the body of Christ that shouldn't have a place to serve. And I think tech creates a space where a lot of the people who don't see themselves visibly serving in other capacities, it's a home for them. So like my oldest son, his name's Jaden. He does love the stage. I won't say that, but he is a nerd through and through. Like video games, technology, lights, all
my
that
kind
stuff.
of person.
Yeah, he's that. And so it's like, so he's been hanging out in the tech booth and he'll run slides, he'll run the things. And then like what is great is even for your creative people, they can use the lights. Like it is like you were saying, like Karston, it's a form of worship, but it starts with having easy on ramps. So if you're doing any type of student leadership, which if you're not doing any type of student leadership, start doing student leadership. Absolutely. And then production and worship should be an aspect of it. And even if you don't have worship right now, like you're like, hey, we don't have worship, that doesn't mean you can't have tech. Because tech really could just be like a TV screen with an HDMI cable. And then it can grow from there. And then you got, I promise you, an aspect of your tech team could be, and you guys do this great too, I think it's called like the flip side or the...
Oh yeah, the inside out.
Inside out, yeah. Where it's like they could do like videos or announcements or things like that. There's so many different avenues, but it starts with having easy on-ramps.
Yes.
And then in that easy on-ramp, you get them onboarded, you're giving them reps, but like you're saying, there needs to be training a part of it. It's not like you just get them on board and you're like, hey, here you go. It's like, no. Like teach them how to do this. Positive reinforcement, correction when needed. All of those things. It's just like a normal aspect of any type of team development type stuff. But then also be casting the vision constantly. I think here's what we lack in student ministries is casting the vision of the bigger picture of what we're doing. Because I think a lot of times, I know I do this a lot, and I need to apologize to my slide guys all the time because I don't think it's hard to pay attention and press the next slide. They think it's hard because they can't pay attention or press the next slide, even though I feel like I've set up that slide a billion times. But like when they crush it, let them know they crushed it. And when they mess up, privately correct them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But here's the thing: is you give them easy on-ramps, you give them opportunities to grow and move up, and this should be a partnership, especially if you're a student's pastor. It should be a partnership with the big C that your adult service to.
100%.
So it's like they can see the future.
Yeah.
Like your small group leaders, they see the future of where they're going. Your SALT students, hey, if they're running announcements or doing these things, they see the future where they're going. Give them a clear vision of the big C impact that they can have in the future.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a tech director at your church, like you should invite them to be a part of your student ministry.
Absolutely.
Like our tech director, Eric Bradley, is amazing because he, like, at least once a month, if not every single week, pops in to help and train our volunteers. Like he was at our youth night last night, training a student on how to run audio.
That's
like
awesome.
just letting her like gain skills that she wouldn't have been able to get otherwise.
I love
Absolutely.
it. So my last question I have for you is, when you're bringing on students and you're trying to build a team, you want a certain level of excellence, right?
Yeah.
You want to keep it, but you also, well, I guess my question would be, how do you keep that bar while also training up people?
I think that the way that you keep that bar is that you like it's to keep things in perspective. So like there's a saying that I think that our worship pastor like brought to my attention. I don't know if he came up with it, but it's really good.
We'll give him credit.
Yeah,
we'll give him
shout
credit.
out to DK. But like it's this idea that perfectionism is an idol, but excellence is an offering.
Woo! Wow. Wait,
it's good.
DK,
It's
good.
DK, say that again.
Yeah, like
Get the
synths
out.
Is that perfectionism is an idol, but excellence is an offering. If excellence is like one of those values that when I'm onboarding students, I'm sitting down going, hey, like we want to be excellent. We want to be putting our best feet forward.
Yeah.
You're going to mess up.
Absolutely.
You're going to mess up because I'm not
good.
perfect.
Thanks.
And so like we want to make sure that, hey, like when you like we don't want you to be lazy. We don't want you to be coasting through this. But like we're also going to give you so much grace when you fall flat. So I think that's like that, setting that table like really early on and having it be a thing that you state all the time like goes a really, really long way. Then it's just constant and instant feedback is the way that you do so. So like if somebody's lagging behind on slides, don't wait until after service is done. Be like, hey, make sure you're being ahead. Go early. All right, let me tell you the timing. Go now. Go now.
That's good.
Go now. And like that, like repetition, then you can take a moment afterwards to be like, hey, by the way, like there's like, hey, do you understand what I was saying in that moment when they're able to think and process? But always make sure that you are ending it with affirmation as much as possible, because you don't want a kid to be like lying awake. The compliment. You don't want a kid to be like lying awake at night going, I can't believe that I messed up. Like it's like, no, like we want them to know that they are loved.
Was ruined.
The gospel is ruined. The video didn't play, so no one got saved. Like we don't. Like we want to make sure that they know that they are loved above all else, and while they're challenged to do bigger and better things, because we believe in them.
Positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's solid, man. Blarg, thank you so much for being here. What a great just podcast opportunity question. Great. I'm proud of you, bro. I've known this dude since he was a wee lad.
A wee
You
lad.
look great,
A
too.
wee
You lost
wee.
a ton of weight, run, all to do that stuff. So
All the
proud of
time.
you.
Trying to hit the pickleball once in a while.
There you go.
on.
Get it, man. Hey, so thank you guys for tuning in. If you got any like subjects, questions, thoughts for Blarg or ourselves, hit us up in the comments. Also, if there's a topic you want us to talk about, shoot us a message, comment on YouTube, Spotify, wherever it may be. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, whatever it may be, because we want to actually help you. MySpace was so much better. I'm gonna be honest, it was like having my song play. We don't need to talk about that later, but you know, we have a saying around here: when one of us gets better, we all get better. Because honestly, guys, we are kingdom minded, and we're all chasing down every student that we can get them plugged into the Big C Church. That's our hope. That's our goal. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. We're out.
Peace.
Bye.